My name is Travis Houston. Standing alongside me is Lord Andy Coyne, and this is the MCW 6th Anniversary Extravaganza post-show wrap-up.
Now, the 6th Anniversary Extravaganza was spread over not one, but 2 nights, as we would be hosting the Melbourne City Invitational Tournament. And in first round action, 8 of the best across all of Australia and the world would compete. And after the first round matches were done, the 4 survivors were as follows: Sid Parker, Mark Davis, Adam Brooks, and international former Progress champion Marty Skull. Parker would have made it to this second round match by earlier defeating Josh the Axe Shooter in a hard-hitting match that saw Sid Parker hit the 450 to get the victory. Meanwhile, Adam Brooks would feign a knee injury, feigning that he needed medical assistance, and then allowing the Brat Pack to assault Lockie Hendricks. Adam Brooks then running back to the ring to get the victory and move into the semi-finals. So it was set, Sid Parker versus Adam Brooks. And in this match, we would see both men compete at a high level. Sid Parker would unfortunately miss the 450, which would allow Adam Brooks to pick up the pieces and get the victory and move on to the final. Now, the villain Marty Skull would make his way to the second round match with a victory over a former MCW champion, Slex. Meanwhile, Mark Davis, he would take on Mick Moretti, and in a match that would see Mark Davis hit the Omega Driver for the 1-2-3.
Well, Marty Skull took on Mark Davis in this match. It was always going to be hard-hitting and ferocious. Mark Davis, such a big man, but so agile for his size. But it was Marty Skull not only breaking the fingers of Mark Davis in front of a packed MCW arena, but then locking on that crossface chicken wing and advancing in the tournament. And then it was the match that everybody has been waiting for. One man and one man only would be remembered as the first ever Melbourne City Invitational winner, and it was Marty Skull, the villain himself, taking on Adam Brooks.
Truly, it was a battle to see who was the most malevolent. Both men would throw everything at one another. They even tried to take shortcuts to get the victory. But ultimately, it was Marty Skull breaking the fingers of Adam Brooks, finally slapping on that cross-face chicken wing, and in doing so, winning the trophy. Across both nights, we would see a number of competitors try and make a name for themselves. And on night one of those men was Ali, when he dispatched his opponent, Zach Douglas, in record time.
It was a cage warfare where we had the debut of the Australian judo Olympian Jake Andrew Arthur. We saw him again here tonight, defeating the player Jake Lindo here. But once again, Andy, it was Ali coming out here face to face with the former Olympian. Once these two men collide, it is going to be a war, Andy.
At Cage Warfare, Erica Reed took on Hawko, and it turns out that Hawko actually had a girlfriend this entire time. Vixen would storm to the ring and assault Erica Reed. Well, Erica Reed managed to get a measure of revenge here at the 6th Anniversary Extravaganza, and she brutally assaulted Vixen with a steel chair, and the Miracle Girl of MCW did it again, fleeing from a beating from Vixen.
We had Evie versus Avery here at 6th Anniversary Extravaganza. This was a hard-fought match, but Kellyanne stormed down this ramp, and there was the war, Andy, as everybody in the building tried everything they could do to separate these two. There is going to be a match one day, Andy. It's going to be Evie versus Kellyanne, and I can't wait to see it.
Unfortunately, we would see the Brat Pack once again when they took on the team of Lockie Hendricks.
Whoa. Did you say Brat Pack? I've got quite a history with them, and so is this man, Campbell Crawford. Oh, thank you. So those damn Waterberries, those football hooligans, they tried their underhanded tactics, but I believe it was a Britney Spear. Spear got the juice for the world's friendliest bastards. How would you rate the match, Campbell?
3 gold stars.
I rate it 7 Charlie Evans out of 11.
Thank you very much.
And good night.
Oh, that is the worst sound ever. Isn't it? Oi! What the hell was that? We got bloody robbed out there.
You're bloody right we did. We came here to MCW to win matches, not lose matches. And what you guys did, you robbed us from our match, so we had a little chit-chat. Well, we think is next show we come out there and we beat your asses. So what do you say to that one?
Yeah, alright, rematch, next show.
Yeah, we're down for that.
Yeah, good. Great. Awesome. Yeah. See you next month.
Yeah.
Thanks, kids. Told you we'd do it. I'm shit.
They get pretty worked up sometimes, but ringside, when you almost ran into me, thanks for not.
You're welcome. You did really good tonight.
Hey, Lachlan, pay attention.
So the questions on everyone's lips as we headed into night 2 is who is going to become the number 1 contender to Mr. Juicy's Inter-Commonwealth Championship. Well, we would find out when JXT would go against Josh the Axe Shooter and Slex. All 3 men desperately needed the victory, but only one man would arise, and that man would be JXT.
After the match, the two guys stood side by side. Mr. Juicy saying how proud he was of JXT, but to see two great mates stand side by side and just show respect for one another and battle for one of the most prestigious titles in the country, it's going to be a hell of a match, Andy.
Over the course of the 6th anniversary Extravaganza, both Elliot Sexton, our MCW heavyweight champion, and Dowie James would both be in action. And on night 2, Dowie James was victorious in his match against Mick Moretti. But really the story is what happened after the match.
The whole way through the war with the Mighty Don't Kneel, Dowie James was saying that Elliot Sexton was on the Mighty Don't Kneel's side. His allegiance was never with Melbourne City Wrestling. Well, tonight he apologised, but you've got to say it was a little bit half-assed. Elliot Sexton stormed to the ring and said to Dowie James to his face, if you want to step up, December 2nd at Final Battle at the prestigious Thornbury Theatre, we are going to see the biggest dream match I can remember, Andy. James versus Sexton for the MCW Heavyweight Championship. And I'm just sweating thinking about it, Andy. So there it was. We celebrated 6 years of Melbourne City Wrestling. My name is Travis Houston. Staying alongside me is the one and only Lord Andy Coyne. And that has been the 6th anniversary Extravaganza post-show recap.